Namaskar.
Last week I thought I saw the strangest thing on Facebook. Until I saw the Delhi police's dramatic reconstruction of the Delhi half marathon. Which turned out to be the Occupy UGC movement. To just break it down, exactly why would Delhi police need to water cannon, lathi charge, punch, shove and kick students? One would imagine that knights in Delhi usually throw up more dangerous opponents, no?
मेरे बाप की गाड़ी की चाबी निकाले।
Imagine Mitesh. He is a PhD student at JNU, is from Bihar, eats regularly at Ganga Dhaba on campus and spends large parts of his time in the library. 28 years old. He is doing a PhD on civic governance in the Magadh dynasty. Valuable research, not a very commercially viable subject, perhaps facing taunts during every phone call at home. हमार लाडन मितेशवा पागल हो गया है, बेटा शर्मा जी के लड़के ने दुकान खोल ली है, आप अपने बाबूजी की बात मानो, दुकान खोल लो तुम अब भी. Obviously, he is surviving only on the 8,000 rupees stipend he gets from the university. Then one day, Mitesh wakes up to find that the government has decided to remove this stipend. Only those who take this NET exam, जिसके नाम में ही फंसाने की बात है कुछ, and score in the top 15% can get the scholarship. It's only an exam that students who want to teach have to take. This cut means that around 35,000 students are left at sea. Imagine an endangered olive ridley turtle. You cut off its shell and lobotomize it. Then ask it to survive because the world needs this noble species not to die. The state of our education system is a bit like this poor turtle. So quite obviously, Mitesh and his friends decided to strike outside the University Grants Commission office, asking them just what the hell is going on. They even planned to march to the parliament, except they got thrashed. You may look for some rationale behind why the Delhi police threw sound bombs among other things at students. For that, let's rewind to the 80s. Post-independence, our education system was largely government-run. In 1986, with the new education policy, education began to be privatized in a hurry.
आपके युवकों की आवाज पूरे तरह से ऊपर उठे, जिसमें सरकार के कार्यक्रम ऐसे बने कि आपको पूरा फायदा मिले.
हमारे बेस्ट इंस्टीट्यूशंस का ग्लोबल रैंकिंग इतना गंदा है, क्या करेगा? इसलिए हमारे अच्छे लड़का लड़की सब अमेरिका या ऑक्सफोर्ड चले जाते हैं. By 2015, 64% of India's higher education is privatized, which is one of the highest rates of private share in the world. और अगर 30 साल में भी perception of quality इतनी substandard है, तो शायद गलती public college system की नहीं है. और private education ने कौन से झंडे गाड़ लिए हैं?
20 acres of lush green campus, world-class infrastructure, highly motivating faculty.
In 2001, a time when Tum To Thehre Pardesi was carpet bombing music records, Donald Trump was just the real estate guy funding Miss USA, and Vinod Kambli was still contemplating an ODI comeback, the World Trade Organization's Doha round of trade negotiations began. 14 साल बाद ये अभी भी खत्म नहीं हुए हैं.
तारीख पर तारीख, तारीख पर तारीख, तारीख पर तारीख, तारीख पर तारीख.
During these talks, in 2005, India finally offered education under the WTO General Agreement on Trade in Services, or in short, GATS. पर है क्या ये GATS?
It is a WTO trade agreement. It includes trade rules which are designed to limit government authority. That's the whole reason that they're there. So it's not like a conspiracy theory.
When someone makes a video explaining GATS and then immediately tells you not to believe the conspiracy.
हमारा एजेंडा पूछने से पहले जरा आप आपका एजेंडा स्पष्ट कर दीजिए कि आपका एजेंडा क्या है भैया.
If India goes ahead with GATS, education companies from 161 countries part of WTO can set up shop here as for-profit ventures. As per WTO guidelines, they have to be given national treatment. Which means the government either gives equal subsidy to some Hakuna Matata University from New Zealand and Delhi University, or it gives subsidies to no one. Government must treat each nation's corporation as equal to its own public sector, creating the level playing field. Given our already aggressive slashing of the education budget, we are not going to give this Chihuahua University the same support as Indian ones. This means we are going to cut support from our universities. Support that makes fees affordable, builds libraries and labs, and pays for research. Our situation in education is not unlike Salman Khan's car. ड्राइवर कोई भी नहीं है, लेकिन लोग कुचले जरूर जा रहे हैं. We have 287 million people with no access to education, which is 37% of the global total. The number of aided and public institutions in 2005-2006 was over 10,000. 3/4 of the education cost is borne by the government. If the government stops funding, this cost will skyrocket and shift to the students. That is a whole lot of Mitesh who we are... If you're the special kind of chalu who says, abhi sign kar dete hain, baad ki baad mein dekhenge. Factor this. Once signed, these clauses are for all practical purposes irreversible. If we default on the agreement, we run the risk of being sued, be affected by sanctions and those various ominous sounding financial words we ignore on the news, hoping that they have no real world significance, desperately hoping another adult, better at adulting, adults ups and fixes it.
These things are really a little bit more subtle and sophisticated than you are at first led to believe. There are no, you can't get easy answers along this line.
That's my general strategy towards financy, economic-y things. Hatao bas, हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा, हटा दो हमारे सामने से. But surely that can't be the government's approach. Yet, how does one explain no parliamentary discussion, nor consultation of the state governments, nor media coverage of this? Only images of...
I personally believe, let me make it clear, that Amir Khan's was a terrible overreaction.
It's a tricky spot. Trade to karna hai, but being part of the WTO screws us over terribly. That's because the logic of the WTO, which is free trade, is fucked. Where an Angola and an America are pitted as equals in trade, wholly disregarding the inequality of their political and economic conditions, not to mention their different histories. This is not by accident. This is how it was meant to be. It's a classic situation of chit bhi meri, pat bhi meri. The only recourse for countries then is negotiation. A lot of lives and livelihoods are dependent on the strategizing abilities and smart mouth capabilities of their country's delegations. If you thought that could be a level playing field, the US apparently comes with a delegation numbering in hundreds, और हम जैसे इंडिया से तो 40 लेके जाते हैं, और African countries कुछ ऐसी है जो कि एक भेज पाते हैं. It's not just the WTO that is screwing us. Guess what the Indian government negotiated for? Okay, I feel bad for saying this because you would think they asked for something substantial when they threw higher education in the dice game. They didn't. They demanded that the number of, wait for it, H-1B visas be doubled to 130,000 for Indian IT professionals to go to America. See, not everything is just the GATS. We should also take credit for it. Our own Ambanis and Birlas are pushing policies in much the same direction. After all, we already have universities that charge 25 lakhs and 45 lakhs as fees. Who can afford these rates?
क्या उच्च शिक्षा में इतनी बड़ी क्रांति लाना अपराध है हमारा?
Now you have every right to ask, how is Mitesh going to be affected by all this WTO trollery? He either does his postdoc in Chihuahua University that has set up college above a chai shop by taking a student loan to pay fees 1,500 times what he paid in a government university. Or, more likely, he will not study at all.
If the education facility for each and everyone, then who will ask for the reservation? If the job opportunities are there for all, who will ask for the reservation?
The question is, why is education part of such trade negotiations? ये education है या कार या computer? सभी बेच रहे हो. It's amazing that in 2015 I have to say in a video that education is a fundamental right. It's like when I got my dog at the age of 9, a tiny hand-sized pug. बाजू वाले अंकल ने बोला, की फायदा? ये कौन चोर ने रोक ली? नुकसान ही कर लीता तुसी. 15 साल डॉगी फूड खरीदने का खर्चा सोचो जरा. इससे अच्छा तो कोई सिक्योरिटी गार्ड ही रख लेते. अंकल, आप ना रहने दो. आपसे नहीं हो पाएगा.
सबका धन्यवाद. आप लोगों ने आज पीसफुल डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन जो है वो किया है. ऐसे ही आप पीसफुल रहे तो हम हमेशा आपके साथ हैं.